If you've noticed, there's a change in color and everything. Well, the Canon M50 battery died on me right after I poured the beer and talked a little bit about the look of it. So we're back on the good old T5i. Woo! But yeah, back to the beer. Wayne Gretzky, 99 Amber Ale, double hopped, and I have no idea what that means. Beers are hopped with many hops sometimes. They're hopped at different stages. Sometimes they're double dry hopped. But this is doesn't say double dry hopped. It just says double hopped. So marketing ploy? Probably. Anyway, let's dive in on that nose. I think we're talking about it quickly. Caramels, toffees, biscuit, a little bit of toasted grain, brown breads, toasted grain, toasted bread, brown breads, very, very nice, very, very nice indeed. Not too much of a big hop aroma, definitely more earthy, I want to say. Earthy and herbal, like an herbal tea. Pretty good. Let's dive in. It's a very weird flavor. A very weird flavor indeed. The beginning is quite pleasant. The end and the linger, not so much. I want to tell you why, but I need another sip. So cheers, everybody. Let's keep on drinking. Yeah, beginning of this beer, real quick though, really quick. Longevity of these flavors are nice caramel, toffee, little biscuity notes, just like an amber should be. Maybe a slight little metalliciness to it. Again, ambers usually have that quality. Depending on who you are, you might like it, you might not. I don't mind too much. But all of that quickly changes into not extremely bitter, but as far as amber ale goes, a heavy bitterness. A mixture between that metalliciness that you get in ambers, but then a piney, orange, rindy, solid, florally hop bitterness that does not work within an amber ale. Right? It's an ale. It's an ale. It's an amber ale, not an amber lager. Silly me. But yeah, it's wow. That bitterness kind of comes out, swoops away all the coffee, all the toffee and caramel and biscuity notes, and just says like, "What's up? I'm coming to the party." And you're like, "No, you're not invited to this one. I'm sorry. Go to the IPAs. Go to the other ales, the hoppy ales. Ambers aren't supposed to be this hoppy, at least in my opinion." Good effervescence, nice body to it, but wow, that bitterness, that astringency just is wild. And it's no, I'm sorry, but amber ale should not be double hopped, at least not double hopped like this. That is oh, it's just so aggressively bitter for an amber. Oh, very weird, very weird. Wayne Gretzky, number 99, Craft Brewing, Amber Ale, double hop, 5% alcohols by volume, no listed IBUs. Anything worth doing is worth doing twice. This double hopped amber ale delivers a bold citrus aroma accompanied by flavors of caramel, raisin, and toasted bread crust. Not really getting raisin. You could kind of wrap your head around raisin, but not blatantly, at least for me. Could be for you, who knows. Ingredients: water, malted barley, hops, yeast, and wheat. Every can proudly supports the Wayne Gretzky Foundation, so that's awesome indeed. Date code, just like the other one, kind of a weird thing. LO11611250 54-4-1253. No idea what that means, but it's alright. Over on the website, GretzkyEstatesWineries.com, just because, you know, they do wine, beer, and spirits. Mainly whiskey, Canadian whiskey. I've had some. You've seen the video. It's around here somewhere. I could put a link up here to show you it. I did that, last year during quarantine? It was fun. It was the whiskey that really started me getting into whiskeys. So I appreciate that, Gretzky. Thank you. Thanks, Wayne Gretzky 99 Estates. Thanks for getting me into whiskey. Yeah, back to the website. You will find number 99 Amber Ale. We have a description and it reads, a deep amber color with a tan-hued foam. Aromatic notes of grains, caramel, toasted bread, citrus, and malty sweetness. Pretty straightforward on that. If we hit read more, we see the product description, which reads, after the first blurb, a rich, full-bodied, richly flavored beer with a punchy note of roasted grain and caramel, full and focused with slight bitterness and a long, lingering finish. Punchy notes of roasted grain and caramel. Little bit. Slight bitterness, no. Heavy bitterness, or moderate to heavy bitterness, yes. With a long lingering finish, yes, there is a long lingering finish, but they don't tell you what that finish is, and it is a bit, for me at least, an astringent bitterness. Only 4 ingredients used: yeast, malted barley, hops, which are Centennial and Citra, very cool that they list those, and pure water. I mean, yeah, it's cool. The water, though, is naturally limestone filtered through the UNESCO-protected Niagara Escarpment watershed. They're using Niagara Escarpment water. They got pretty decent water out there, limestone filtered. It's really cool. Solid stuff. Serve this beer chilled at 2 to 5 degrees Celsius in an ale pint glass. Again, don't know what kind of glassware this is, but it works. Any glass will work, really. You can drink it out of the can, too. But only the best drinkers drink out of a glass. Unless it's macro beer, then fuck it. Just shotgun that shit. Over time, it seems like the bitterness is toning itself down a little bit, or my palate's becoming a bit more accustomed to this specific beer coming off the last one. So it might take a minute. A little bit of that astringency and heavy bitterness, the citrus bitterness and whatnot, and slight metallicness is coming down a little bit, releasing some more of those caramels and toffees. And again, a little metallicness, just because it is an amber. Ambers do have that tendency to become a little bit more metallic or irony or penny-like. That's all fine and dandy. That bitterness is still there, becoming more of like a burnt orange rind sort of deal going on. It's not a bad beer. It's just an odd beer. It's an odd amber ale. That's really what it is. If you're coming off the ambers and you really like the ambers, this is going to be, at least for me, the most hop forward amber ale I've come across. Lingering flavors and lingering flavors. You kind of get that bit of raisins out of it as well, like they said. You don't get it initially, or at least for me, I don't. You might get it more, but I am picking up some of those raisins, and they do come across quite pleasantly as the drink goes on. It's the one thing too, you can't always just base a beer off like the first few sips. It might take a while. It'll warm up a little bit. Flavors and aromas will move out of the can as well and become a little bit more evident depending on the drinking procedure, I guess. So, things to know. Not a bad beer. I'm coming around to it. It's just a little too hoppy of an amber for me. Over on Untapped, Amber Ale has been given a 3.55 bottle caps out of 5. That's out of 580 ratings. And for the price of this brew, again, just like the Hazy, $3.25. You can't say no to a beer that's $3.25. If it was me and I had both the Amber and the Hazy from the other day, in front of me and trying to pick out which one, I'd definitely go Hazy IPA. You're getting a little bit more alcohol to it. You're getting a slightly different flavor as well. Then again, I do like my IPAs. But this Amber, for if you had the choice, wouldn't go for it. There are a lot of other Amber ales out there in the wild that I do enjoy a lot more than this. This one just really isn't doing it for me, but hey, it is what it is. With that said, choosing the final sip, let's get ready to drink and wrap this thing up. Wayne Gretzky, Number 99, Craft Brewing Amber Ale Double Hopped. Now again, I don't know where that double hop comes from. Doesn't say it's dry hop. Most breweries do that. So that means nothing to me at the moment. Even being a brewer means nothing to me, because you put hops in at different times. You might put in 2 hops at different times. You might do double dry hops. I have no idea. It doesn't matter to me. But for an amber ale, it is a little weird and a little wonky. You know, it's too hoppy bitterness, too much citrusy fun and shambles. Yeah, it's odd. It's an odd one. But the caramels, the biscuit, the little bit of brown bread and toasted bread come through real nice on the nose. It's just a flavor that can be a little weird at the beginning and the mid during your drinking time. So is what it is. Amber Ale from Gretzky 99 gets a solid 6.4 out of 10 for me. Before I leave you guys, if you have any comments, questions, or beers you want to review in the future, you can leave all that information down in the description box, in the comment box below. If you want to go and like this video or subscribe to me, Brewski, it would greatly appreciate it as well. And with all that said, that's going to do it for me, Brewski. Like I always say, crack a beer and enjoy. Cheers.